Hi. So it takes a little longer time today by some reason. Okay, I think it should be fine now. Yeah. Okay. So last time we were speaking about places to live, accommodation, right? And houses, apartments, and stuff like that. Today we are going to refresh the words and phrases first, okay? And then we'll go on. And I'm going to show you one thing. Okay. Please look at it and tell me, what is it called? So it's a game. How do we usually call these games?
Board game.
Board games. Alona, bingo. That is a board game. Very good. So as there are not so many people in our class, we will do all the questions if you don't mind, okay? So we will just do one by one to remember all the words and phrases. Have a look. We've got, for example, here, number one, some explanation, and we need to understand what word is it. So, Alona Saveleva, could you read number one, please?
A small house, usually in the country.
What do you think? Cottage. Yes, 7 letters. It's a cottage. Right. Okay. Erin, go on. Number two.
That keeps your house warm.
Why?
It's central heating.
Central heating. 2 words. Central heating. Good job. We skip this one. Alona, number 3, please.
A high building with lots of apartments, block of flats.
Block of, sorry, what?
Flats.
Block of flats. Okay, good. Alona, go on.
The front door of the buildings. Entrance.
Very good. Entrance. Good job. Okay, Erin, the 5th for you.
An area outside a house where you can sit. Maybe it's patio.
You're at number 7. Yours was number 5.
Oh. No, I'm sorry. On top of a house, it keeps the rain out. It's ceiling.
No,
Roof.
That's right. It's a roof. Okay. Then Alona Savina, your turn, number 6.
A house not joined to another house. It's detached house.
Yes, very good. But say it shorter. Detached.
Okay?
Say it again.
Detached.
Very
house.
Good. Yes, a detached house. Right. Number 7, Irina was totally right. I think an area outside a house where you can sit. It's a patio. Then Alon, number 8 for you.
You use this to go from downstairs to upstairs.
What can it be? From upstairs to downstairs.
Staircase.
Yeah, very good. It's a staircase. Nice. Okay. Erin, 9.
A very small flat with 1 room. It's studio.
It's a studio. Good. Alon, go on, please.
The top part of a room.
Okay, this is a. Irina has already said this word today.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know.
The top part of your room. If you go.
Ceiling.
That's right. Yes. Okay, good. Yes. Okay. Alon, go on 11. I'm sorry.
A house that is joined to other house in a row.
Like a long.
Long.
Yeah. Which one did you say?
Terrace house.
Yeah, terraced house. Yeah, that's right. Terraced house. Good. Erin, 12.
This keeps your house cold. It's air conditioning.
Very good. Yes, air conditioning. Alon, number 13.
You walk on this in a room. It's floor.
Floor. That's right. Okay. Alon, in the last one.
You can stand on this and look at the view. It's a balcony.
Brilliant. Ladies, you know all the words. Fantastic. So cool. Okay, now let's go on and we speak a little bit more about apartments and living in the different spaces. And today we will speak about living small. Living small means to live in a small place. For example, in a studio. What I would like you to think about is, let's think about advantages or something good about living small, and disadvantages about living small. Shall we start with advantages? I will write the word in the chat. Advantages. Advantages. So what do you think? What is good, or what are the advantages of living small? Go ahead. What are your ideas?
You can pay less.
You can pay less. Good. Erin, go on.
It's very comfortable for students.
Students, why is it comfortable for students? Why?
Because you haven't neighbors.
No neighbors. Very good. No neighbors.
And other people from your family.
Right. Okay. You live alone. I would, you live alone. Can live alone. Okay. Go on. What else do you have, ladies?
You spend a little time for wash your flat.
For cleaning your
Yes.
flat.
Cleaning.
Yes. All right. Easy. I would write easy cleaning. Yeah.
Yes.
Easy cleaning. Good one. Something more?
You reached up from the sofa and cooked someone.
All right. So where everything is very near. Yeah.
Yes.
Everything is near. Okay, good. Something more?
You need less things.
Okay,
In
less
flat.
furniture. Yes, okay.
Less furniture.
All right, less furniture.
Maybe this flat, cheaper than bigger flat.
Right, it's absolutely right. Alena has actually said, yes, that you pay less. But if we think about payment, we can say that the rent is cheaper. But also you pay smaller bills. Yeah, smaller bills. Okay, good. Something more? Okay, brilliant. Let's think about disadvantages or something bad about it. Disadvantages. What are they?
You can live only alone because
Only alone.
only alone because family and neighbors, it's not comfortable.
That's right. Okay, what else?
You doesn't have patio.
Right, you don't have a patio, you don't have a lot of place, yeah? Or can you make parties, or can you invite friends?
Yeah.
You can't probably, yes? Okay, not enough. Okay, or you can't invite people. Good.
If you cook in fish, you feel smell.
Right.
Oh, your flat.
Smelly apartment or smelly flat. Yes. Okay. Right. Go on. What else is bad?
You doesn't have a personality space, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. A personal space. Yeah. Okay, that's right. For example, you work, you sleep, you eat, everything in the same place. Yeah. And sometimes it can be not very comfortable. Okay. What else? That's it. Yeah. Okay. Lovely. We're going to listen now to people talking about living small. I'd like you to listen to the program and find out which of our ideas do they talk about, which advantages and disadvantages do they say, right? You can take notes, yeah, which advantages and disadvantages they are talking about. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Hey, let's go.
Unit 5. Recording 4.
This is Jan Jones here again on Modern Living. This week, we're going to hear about something people have been talking a lot about recently: living small. Nick Price and Tricia Morris are here with me to give us their views on what's good and bad about living in a small space. Nick, let's hear from you. What sort of home are we talking about here?
Well, basically, a small place to live in. It could be a one-roomed flat in a large block of flats, a studio, in other words, or a country cottage, or a detached house. And some people say that for a lot of reasons, it's better to live small.
Really?
Well, usually people want to live in big houses with big rooms, so everyone in the family can have their own room, for example. But the truth is, when you live in a small space, you don't need so many things. For example, you don't have so much furniture. You just need a sofa, a bed, a table, and some chairs. Then it's much cheaper. The bills aren't so high if you live in a small space. In fact, for this reason, I'm moving into a studio next month.
Right, so your electricity bills will be much lower because you won't have so many rooms if you go small. And in winter, your heating will cost less if you live in a studio. I guess you don't usually pay a high rent if you live in a small house or flat either. So you'll be able to spend more money on having fun if you don't have to pay so much rent.
That's right. And last but not least, if your home's small, you don't have to spend so much time cleaning. Not doing so much housework will make me much happier too. Give me a tiny home every time.
What do you think, Tricia?
Well, I think that unless you're a very tidy person, a really small house will become messy very quickly. If the house is small, there may not be room for all your things. Where will you put them when you don't have much space? Of course, when you live on your own, you don't need a lot of different rooms. But what about a family? Unless everyone has their own room, things could get very difficult. Even a couple might find it difficult to live in a very small space. And there won't be room if a friend wants to stay. No, I like a big home, not a small one.
Well, thanks, Nick and Tricia. So, all of you listeners out there, what do you think? Are smaller homes the way to go, or is it better to have a lot of space? Text or call us on 0800 44.
Okay, good. So let's first speak about advantages which they mentioned. What did you get, ladies?
About furniture.
Okay, Alona, go ahead.
In a small flat, you must have maybe как несколько. Some furniture. He talks about sofa, a lot of cheaper. Furniture is less expensive when you live in big house.
Yeah, what do you need? You just need a sofa, some chairs, a table.
Yes.
That's it, yeah? Right, okay. Let's say the word again. Furniture.
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 Very good. Yeah, furniture. Okay, perfect. Yes, agree with you. Irin, what else? What are the good things?
The man said that live in a small flat cheaper.
Is
Cheap. And if I remember, he will go to small flat in the next month.
Yep, that's right.
Because it's cheap.
Yes, he's going to move in. Переехать.
But girl said that a small flat not for her because she think about family.
Yeah.
It's bad idea for big family, and she like a big house.
She
likes
a big house, right? Okay. Yes, he said it is cheaper, and he is going to move in, right? Okay. Alon, any other advantages?
Yes, man told about easy cleaning in small flat.
Right. This is what we also said, right? Easy and fast cleaning. So to sum up, it's cheaper, right? He said it's easy cleaning and you don't need a lot of furniture.
And they talk about heating cost.
Yes.
That it's cheaper than heating in big house.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. Okay, good. So, and Irina has already mentioned that the woman said it is not good for a big family. What else is not good? What are the disadvantages? Yes, Alon.
You don't have free room for friend who can
Yes.
want to stay as a night maybe, and you don't have your own room.
Yep, that's right. That's right. You don't have your own space and your own room. Okay. Irin, something more?
Mm-mm.
Okay, Alon, and you? No?
Скачать.
Something more? No. Okay, she also mentioned one more thing, that the small place can become very messy.
What is
Yeah,
that?
because there are not enough places and it can become messy. Yeah, messy, в беспорядке. Yeah, it can become very messy. Okay. Yeah. And yes, ladies, the rest was totally right. The rest was okay. Now we are going to listen to them one more time. And I'd like you to listen, read, check our answers and think, who do you agree with? All right. Do you agree with the man or with the woman? Okay. Before we do it, I would like to show you two words, which you know, but I will tell you the other meaning of them. So first of all, the word room. I think you know what is a room. A bedroom, a living room, yes, and so on. So a room can also mean the place. Пространство, место. Тоже можно использовать слово room. И то же самое, еще синоним, space. It's also the same. Пространство, место. Room or space. Okay? Because they use it quite a lot. All right. Fine. So now please listen again, read, and tell me, who do you agree with? Do you agree more with the man or with the woman? Let's go.
This is Jan Jones here again on Modern Living. This week, we're going to hear about something people have been talking a lot about recently: living small. Nick Price and Tricia Morris are here with me to give us their views on what's good and bad about living in a small space. Nick, let's hear from you. What sort of home are we talking about here?
Well, basically, a small place to live in. It could be a one-roomed flat in a large block of flats, a studio, in other words, or a country cottage, or a detached house. And some people say that for a lot of reasons, it's better to live small.
Really?
Well, usually people want to live in big houses with big rooms, so everyone in the family can have their own room, for example. But the truth is, when you live in a small space, you don't need so many things. For example, you don't have so much furniture. You just need a sofa, a bed, a table, and some chairs. Then it's much cheaper. The bills aren't so high if you live in a small space. In fact, for this reason, I'm moving into a studio next month.
Right, so your electricity bills will be much lower because you won't have so many rooms if you go small. And in winter, your heating will cost less if you live in a studio. I guess you don't usually pay a high rent if you live in a small house or flat either. So you'll be able to spend more money on having fun if you don't have to pay so much rent.
That's right. And last but not least, if your home's small, you don't have to spend so much time cleaning. Not doing so much housework will make me much happier too. Give me a tiny home every time.
What do you think, Tricia?
Well, I think that unless you're a very tidy person, a really small house will become messy very quickly. If the house is small, there may not be room for all your things. Where will you put them when you don't have much space? Of course, when you live on your own, you don't need a lot of different rooms. But what about a family? Unless everyone has their own room, things could get very difficult. Even a couple might find it difficult to live in a very small space. And there won't be room if a friend wants to stay. No, I like a big home, not a small one.
Well, thanks, Nick and Tricia. So, all of you listeners out there, what do you think? Are smaller homes the way to go, or is it better to have a lot of space? Text or call us on 0800 44
Mhm. Okay. So now, ladies, I'd like you to tell me, who do you mostly agree with? Do you agree with Trisha or with Nick more? So, Alona Saveleva, how about you? Who do you agree with?
I listen to this person and think about that points. I've never been living in a small flat,
Okay.
and if when I've living alone,
Mhm.
I live in a big flat, and that's why I think Trisha is right,
Mhm.
because I've had more party,
Uh-huh.
and my friend slept in another room.
Mhm.
But in point of Nick,
Mhm.
I think more, как сказать, рациональность, more
Rational. It's more
rational,
rational.
it's more
It-
rational
Mhm.
for younger people who want to live alone
Yeah.
without parents, maybe, or who live in another city for work. Maybe.
Mhm. Mhm.
I think it's a good idea living in small flat.
Okay. Okay, good. Thank you so much. Alon, what do you think?
I agree. Just one thing, so which Tom talk about. Maybe it's cost of communal service, because many of my friends now have a very big prices for communal service, who have big flats, maybe 3 rooms, but big square. Yes, площадь.
Yep.
And it's very economy for family, maybe living in a small flat.
Yeah.
But we lived in small flats, and it was very terrible for personal space.
Yeah.
And now I don't want to live in a small space. Unfortunately, it's because of children. My child, who want to have personal space too.
Yeah.
And when we together in one room, it was very crowded, and you don't walk, you don't watch it films and another active
Yeah. Another activities. Yeah.
activities. Yes.
Right. It is rather difficult. You have to be very flexible, yes, and you have to
Yes.
adapt to other people. Okay, good. Thank you so much, Alan. Erin, what about you? Who do you agree with, Nick or Trisha?
I think this opinion cannot be compared.
Okay.
Because he is man, maybe alone man, and of course living in small room, normal for him, but living in a big house will be very strange for him. And she is a girl with family, will be strange live in a studio. I dream about living in a big house with 3 floors, with sauna, with patio for meeting friends. I think it's very expensive and very difficult, and I dream living in big house with housework.
Right, with a housewife, yes, in there. Right. Yes, because it is, on one hand, it is very expensive. On the other hand, yes, it takes a lot of time tidying, cleaning, working there. Yes, it's crazy, but lovely. Yes, lots of friends can come and you have different types of rooms in there.
For example, in New Year with the Christmas trees.
Mhm.
Oh, it's a very beautiful picture from Pinterest.
Yeah. But after that, the next day, that's not so great picture. Okay. Yes, lovely. I agree, Irin, with you. Yes, it depends on what kind of lifestyle the person has. Yeah, what kind of family status it is, right? And all of you have a good point. Yes, if the person is alone, then why not? Of course, it's great to live in a small place. Bills are smaller, yes. Cleaning space is smaller, it's good. But for families, private space is very important. Yeah. All right, good. Now, ladies, today let's have a look a little bit at grammar. And today we are going to look at so-called if sentences. Do you remember anything about it? Yes, Alon, what do you remember about this?
If stay in the first part of sentence,
Okay.
you have to stay
Use.
there.
You have to use.
You have to use then in the middle of the sentence, no?
Not always, but yes, could be. All right. If then, yes, it could be, but not always. All right. How about, okay. How about
then and because, yes.
Could be also if it is a linking word. That's right. Okay. Let's look at this one. For example, it's just an imagination. Right? Have a look. This is my sentence. If I move to the USA, I will speak English all the time. Does my sentence talk about past, present, or future?
Present.
Future.
Oh, future.
Yeah, my sentence talks about future. That's right. And look at the sentence. We've got here if part. What form do I use after if?
Present.
Present. Yeah, we say that my sentence is about future, but the idea is that after if, we always have to use present form. And this is a rule. And the second part of the sentence is future, right? And this kind of sentence is called conditionals. Помните такое? У нас были условные предложения. Назывались они conditionals. И это был первый тип условного предложения. First conditional. First conditional. Первое условное предложение. Почему условное conditional? Потому что слово if нам предлагает какое-то условие. Если я то сделаю, то будет вот это. И очень важная вещь, что после if мы никогда не используем будущую форму. Никогда. So, if I move to the USA, I will speak English all the time. Вторая часть будет с will. Могу ли я поменять местами эти две части предложения? Yes, no problem. I will speak English all the time if I move to the USA. Yeah? All right. However, I can do another sentence with if.
Давай.
Let's look at this situation. If I go on holiday, I always speak English. Is it about future?
No.
No, what is it about?
Present.
It's about usual situation, isn't it? Yeah?
Yes.
It's my usual situation. And it's very easy. If it is a usual situation, then if part is used with, have a look, what form?
Present.
Present.
Present. And the next part is also
Present.
present. Very easy. Yes, in Russian it's the same. Very easy. Okay. In the place of if, we sometimes can use another words, some different words. And these are the words when and the word unless. 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 Do you know what unless is, or is it a new word? I think it's a new word, yes? Unless means if not. If not. Do you want an example?
Yes.
Yes. Unless it snows tomorrow, I'll go for a walk. Can you translate it into Russian?
Мгм.
Okay,
Если завтра
go
будет
ahead.
снежно,
Ну, если не будет снега, я пойду гулять.
Да, если не будет, да? Можно говорить if it doesn't snow tomorrow, но есть одно слово unless, которое уже имеет в себе значение not. Очень удобное. Unless it snows tomorrow, I'll go for a walk. И это правило действует в случае, если у вас слово when, unless and if. После них пошла какая форма у нас? Present
present.
simple. Да? То есть она действует и здесь тоже. Present simple. Good. Okay. So, and if I make it short, if, when, and unless, after these words, I always have to use present form, present simple, and the next part of a sentence, yeah, depends. Сейчас я чуть-чуть только подвину. Otherwise, I don't fit in. Okay. And if the next part is about future, then use future simple. Will, or for negative,
Will not.
won't. Yeah.
Okay.
So then use will or won't. Oops. Sorry. Will or won't. Past infinitive. Okay. Shall we check out in the rule, in the book?
Can you take a screenshot and public in Telegram channel?
Yes, definitely. Just a second then. Mhm. Okay. In a second, yes. Good, I will send it on Telegram. Now let's check it out in our students book as well and look how the rule is given there. Right, okay, have a look. Zero and first conditional. Okay, we will check it out. Erin, could you start with this one, please?
Use if
And when?
when plus present simple plus present simple will to talk about something that it's always true or that always happens.
So if it is always true, what do you use? Present or present simple?
Present
or
simple.
Present simple. So it's very easy. Present simple and present simple.
Mhm.
Yeah, very, very easy. Erin, and examples, 2 examples.
When you live in a small space, you don't need so much furniture.
Yeah.
Do you pay a high rent if you live in a small house or flat?
Okay, I think it's easy, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yes. And this rule, if it is present, present, and it is always true, in English, the name for it is zero conditional. Это нулевое условное предложение. Просто его название. Такое, чтобы вы знали и не пугались, что такое zero conditional. Оно так называется, эта структура. If плюс present simple плюс present simple. Это ее название такое. Good. Алена Савина, how about the next one?
Use if plus present simple plus will.
Yeah. Will, may,
Will,
might, could.
это все возможно.
Да.
Plus verb.
Yeah.
To talk about the possible or likely future result of another action.
Yeah. So this is about future. And will is more certain.
Кто такой will?
Certain, уверенный. То есть если вы больше уверены, то это will. Если вы менее уверены, то это might, may or could. 50-50. Right?
А есть second conditional?
Есть. И
Не зря же есть first.
Yes. First, second and third.
Oh my God.
Не страшно вообще, это не больно, верьте, это не больно. На самом деле, если first говорит про будущее, как вы думаете, про что говорит second?
Про прошлое.
Про настоящее.
Третий про прошлое.
А третий про прошлое. Если бы я тогда хорошо училась бы, то я...
там будет наоборот, там будет past и в настоящем, да? Первая часть.
Не торопи, не торопи.
Да. Я вам покажу, там ничего такого очень страшного нет. Все формулы, на самом деле, что классного в этих условных предложениях, есть формула, вы под нее подставляете, она, это несложно, да? Везде одинаковая схема. Хорошо, окей, examples. Алена Савельева, could you read the examples here?
You won't have so many rooms if you go small.
Okay, and use
unless to mean if not.
So what does it mean, unless? Is it if or if not?
If
not.
If not. Sorry.
If not. Yeah, unless means if not. Okay, Alena, an example also?
Unless you are very tidy person, a teeny house will become messy very quickly.
Okay, tiny house. Tiny is very small. Yeah, okay. Alena, can you translate it into Russian? Unless you are a very tidy person.
A tidy person, если ты не
такой аккуратный.
Если ты не слишком аккуратный человек, то маленький дом
станет
чего? Messy very quickly.
Ага.
Порядочно.
Беспорядочно.
Порядочно, да. Очень быстро.
Очень быстро. Окей, got it, yes. Unless, значит, если только вы не очень чистый, аккуратный человек. Okay. Questions now?
Let's
try. Let's try. Oops, one moment. Okay. 1 second. All right. Yeah, right. Okay. So have a look at number 8. You've got 4 beginnings and 4 ends of the sentences. Can you just match them together?
Yes.
Please do it yourselves just in a moment. Yes. And then we'll compare. Okay, Irin, number 1, all the sentence, please.
If you have a big house, you have more rooms to clean.
Okay, good. Irin, is the situation is it a usual situation or future?
Usual situation.
Usual, right, okay. Good. Alena Savina, what's number 2?
If we get a place in the center of town, we will be we will be closer to everything we need. Maybe.
Yes, that's right. Very good. Alon, is it about future or usual?
It's about future.
Future, because we will be closer, right? Okay. Alena Savelyeva, number 3.
if we get a place without air conditioning, we'll be really uncomfortable in summer.
Right, Alon, and this one
About future?
about future, we will be, yeah? So this is a future part. Irina, and the last one, the fourth?
Terraced houses are nice if you don't mind noisy neighbors.
Yeah, okay. And this is
usually.
usual, right? Usual situation, present forms. Lovely. Now, ladies, I will ask you to use your own imagination, right? And look at number 9. Here we've got how many? 6 beginnings of the sentences. I'd like you to complete these sentences. They can be for usual situation or for future. It's up to you. For example, if you live in a block of flats, you have a lot of noisy neighbors. Is it future or usual?
Usual.
Usual, right? In my case, it is usual. So I'm going to give you 4 minutes or so. Please write down the sentences. Think, are you speaking about present, about usual or future situation? All right.
Как это в третьем? Unless you buy, если нет, ты купишь.
Да. A ticket for a treat.
Okay.
No,
Irin, once again, please.
no, all right.
Okay, good. Мгм.
А мы можем добавлять слова из present simple? Вот you always, usually, или
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Мгм. Мгм. Okay, let's compare what we've got. So now we are going to work in pairs and we'll read our sentences. Please find out, do you and your partner have similar or totally different ideas? Also listen to your partner carefully. Are your partner's sentences correct? Okay, so Alona Savina and Irina, you are going to work in a pair together. Alona Saveleva, please stay here and be my partner, okay?
окей.
Right. Good. That's for you. Please join your partner. Mhm. Okay, so Alon, number one was for me. Yes, if you live in a block of flats, you usually have a lot of noisy neighbors. What's your sentence?
It was my first version. Okay, if you live in a block of flats, you have a standard plan of rooms.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Typical, yes, typical standard is okay. Yeah, plan of rooms. Okay, so number two for me. If you live in a small flat, you usually can't invite friends for dinner.
If you live in a small flat, you won't get a party into your flat.
Right, that's true. Okay, fine. Okay, what do you have for number three?
Unless you buy a big house, you won't get a credit.
Okay, unless you buy a big house, you won't need a credit. Let's say you won't need a credit. Okay. Unless you buy your own apartment, you will have to pay a high rent. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. How about the fourth? What do you have?
If your neighbors aren't friendly, don't invite them on your welcome party.
Right, that's a very good one. If your neighbors aren't friendly, don't say hello to them.
Кстати, это жестоко.
Okay, that's just fun. Yes, don't take it seriously. Okay, good. The next one.
If a flat has a big balcony, you will make a small garden.
You
You will make a small.
you will make, yeah?
Make small garden.
Okay, that's right. If a flat has a big balcony, I will spend a lot of time sitting down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, good. The next one.
When people live in a detached house in a suburb, they usually know all neighbors.
That's definitely true. Okay. And for me, if people live in a detached house in the suburbs, they usually have to go to the city center to work. True?
True.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Good. Very nice. Very nice. Alon, great sentences. Yeah, some of them are about future, some of them are about present. Nothing very difficult, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's lovely. Okay. I've invited ladies back. Yes, and they will be back in a moment.
Вот смотрите, Маргарита, пока девчонки там еще не подключились. Unless you buy a big house, могу я здесь сказать, например, что you want, например, сейчас скажу. Unless you buy a big house, you will pay more bills. Yeah? То есть и такая форма может быть.
Да, depends on your context.
Okay.
Right? Will or won't, both are possible here. Unless относится именно к первой части предложения, именно к первой части относится not.
И еще раз, и future, и present тоже можно использовать.
Unless you buy a house, you usually pay a lot of rent. Yeah, that's right. Both are possible. Okay, good. So, ladies, welcome back. Tell us, please, did you have a lot of similar sentences and similar ideas?
Yes.
Yes, a lot of. Okay, such as, Alon, give us example.
First, sentences which we have similar mention.
Okay, idea.
idea. It was about if you live in small flat, you spend less money for electricity and heating.
Yeah, that's true. Spend money on electricity.
Yes, and in 5 sentences, if a flat has a big balcony, you can do their places for yourself.
Yes, that's right. A cozy and nice
Cozy,
place for
yes,
yourself, right? Okay, brilliant. Very, very good, ladies. Thank you so much. So any questions with conditionals? 0 and first conditional?
Not.
No? Does it look easy?
Yes.
I hope it's so. Okay, good. I will send you some other practice, yes, to make sure it is easy for us. And next time we will practice it a little bit more. Yeah, but I don't think it is very complicated. Okay. Anyway, thanks for good practice today and have a lovely day today. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye,
See you. Bye-bye.